All right. Well, it's Joe, season 1, episode 1. Let's get it going. This is my show and I like to talk, loving the sound of my voice. So grab a cup of Joe and I'll let you know. Hope you enjoy the show. Dang. Well, it's that time. Let them know with Joe. It's the first episode and we are excited to be here. I've been waiting and I've been dreaming about this for a long time. So kind of a little bit about our show. Let them know with Joe. The mission statement is this. It's having a cup of Joe, with people who, what is it?
Having a cup of Joe with Joe.
With Joe, yeah. With people who are living, ordinary people, living extraordinary lives. My mind kind of went blank there, but it's all good.
Off to a great start.
With us for the first show, we got Brandon Baca here.
Come on.
Can everybody just say hi?
What's going on? This is Brandon Baca.
What's up, Brandon? Good to have you here. Brandon Baca is one of my fellow roommates here at the house. And yeah, definitely. So just to kind of start this, we actually have coffee with Eric, and we have our other roommate here.
Oofed.
So let's actually go with Eric really quick. 1 second. All right, Eric, what do you got for us today?
All right. First, I want to say I'm a big fan of you, Joe, in this show. I'm your biggest fan. I want your autograph after this.
Yeah, definitely. I got you, bro.
Thank you.
Definitely got you.
Today we have a Colombian from Bluestone Lane.
Can you show that to the camera for those that are watching?
It has orange, vanilla, and brown sugar for the taste notes. And for you Starbucks drinkers, it is a medium roast.
This is not a paid brand or ad for Bluestone Lane.
They do not sponsor us. All right.
All right. What we're gonna do? You all have your coffee in front of you.
So let me explain what we're doing. So Eric's gonna actually make a coffee. He just made that coffee, and now he's gonna show us how to actually taste test it, and we're gonna see how good this coffee is. So go ahead, Eric, proceed. Right now he has 2 cups in front of him. For those that are listening to the podcast, one is full of coffee, the other one is empty. Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you.
No worries.
All right. What we're gonna do is grab the spoon.
Quit me.
We have a spoon in our hands.
Perfect. So what you're gonna want to do is just push back lightly.
Push back on the
Grab
coffee.
Back of the spoon. You're just gonna push back for any of the grinds that are left, and just push it off the top. Off the top.
And then we
Just,
put it on the napkin.
Just wipe it on the napkin.
Okay.
Once you do that, you're gonna grab your spoon, fill it up. Now, when you drink, it's gonna be hot, but what you want to do is grab as much air as you can. So drink like an Asian man, like soup.
It's like ASMR. Ready?
Keep it to your mouth, and then
Do we swallow it?
if you want.
I did swallow it. All right, Bucket, that was way too far. Okay, so we swallow it, and then what happens?
So if you let it linger in your mouth, close your eyes. You should get tastes of citrus notes, vanilla, and brown sugar. More likely, depending how I did it, you're getting more of brown sugar.
From the quote of Michael Scott, it has quite a nice oaky afterbirth.
It's perfect. Perfect way to describe it.
So usually,
Go ahead.
so usually why you have another cup, we're not going to use it now, but usually why you have it is when you do this, you test a lot of coffee. So you test 5, maybe 6 different coffees in one sitting. And then what you do is after that, you don't want to drink it because you're going to be caffeinated too much. So what you want to do is usually spit. But because we want to stay awake, we're just going to swallow.
We're not staying awake because we're bored. We're staying awake because it's been a long day, correct?
So true.
Correct.
All right.
So what you want to do is just keep on
Keep going.
sipping away. You should get very light taste. It shouldn't be too heavy. It should be a nice drink without making a face.
It's kind of like reminiscent of my grandma's bread pudding.
Exactly that, actually.
It reminds me of a nice cup of Starbucks coffee, to be honest.
It's exactly it.
It kind of
That's exactly it.
It honestly really reminds me of just like that old McCafe roast from McDonald's.
It's actually 7-Eleven.
It's definitely not. It's Bluestone Lane. You actually work at Bluestone Lane,
I
or
do.
you did, or
I
you
did.
slash
It's
do.
fire.
I kind of
Really
do.
But you'll be back
no,
after all
I
this,
will be back.
after the hiatus. All right, Eric. Well, thanks for that.
Of course.
Wow.
Appreciate it. Go ahead and
coffee.
go ahead and pour us some in our Let Them Know with Joe cups.
Wow.
Look at that.
Just, would you look at that?
Ooh, all the way in. Yep.
So you should get all of that from what you tasted today.
It's wonderful.
All right, Eric. Well, thanks for that, bro.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Eric.
it.
See you guys.
All right. Well, thanks, Eric. Thanks for that. Really enjoyed the coffee.
It's fire.
Everybody loves a nice cup of Joe. Am I right?
I love a good cup of Joe.
Well, it's time for our next segment. We're going to get to know the guest. And we have Brandon Baca here, as I previously announced. And the first question I want to ask you, Brandon, is who exactly are you?
Man, who am I? That's a really good question. Well, I'm Brandon Baca. I am a Salvadorian American.
¿Tú sabes español?
¿Sabes español, güey? ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy bien.
Great.
Yo también.
¿Tú también?
Sí.
Nice. So we butchered it. But yeah, I'm a Salvadorian American, and I am also a brother. I am a younger brother to a sister that is 10 and a half years older than me. So I definitely was
Wow.
a surprise. Shout out to all the surprises in the world.
Hey,
Cheers to the
cheers
surprises.
to the surprises.
You know?
I wasn't surprised. I don't know. I've asked my parents that, but I definitely am the middle child.
Yeah, and I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And I'm also a caffeine connoisseur. I love that caffeine. You know, minute with Eric. Love coffee. Love hip hop.
Oh, yes, you
Yeah.
do.
So
That is
there's a
true.
couple things about me.
That is you. Yeah. Let me ask you another question. What do you do, like as a career-wise or anything like that?
Yeah. So I would say for all the recruiters out there, I am a full cycle recruiter right now, career wise. Really love it. Didn't even know that career recruiting was as kind of I guess lucrative as you could say as it actually is. Recruiting is pretty phenomenal. Basically, partnering with any of the companies, whether that be local or enterprise companies, and helping find top talent in different industries, whether that be engineering, biopharmaceutical, medical. That's what I do as a career. And my day job, my night job, so to speak, is I'm also a youth pastor.
Oh, wow.
So kind of weird, random combination, but have loved doing that with our local church, Hillsong Church. This isn't a plug for Hillsong Church, but that is my church and that's our church. So love that too. So that's what I do.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, definitely Hillsong SF. That's the church that we go to. And you actually do really well with recruiting. I've gotten to hear you speak to a lot of people over
Thanks,
the past month from working from home. So it's been cool getting to see that. Cool. What's your relationship status at the moment?
My relationship status right now is happily taken.
Okay.
In a very serious relationship.
Very serious. So if
that
you're on
I'm-
Facebook, what would it be?
In a relationship with, shout out to Danelia Hansen Remenser.
Wow. Where's she from?
She is Indonesian, but
Oh.
she also was born in SoCal,
Nice.
in OC. So she's a California native, as am I. But I was born in the kind of the armpit of California. I was born in Fresno,
Right.
which there's really nothing good that comes from
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you came from it, so you did well.
Better
That's
than
all good.
Plainview, though.
Yes, Plainview is where I'm from, and it's not the armpit, but it is a really good place to live growing up. But we'll get more into that some other time. Cool. Who is your idol / mentor?
Easy. I've been preparing for this one all day, and anyone that knows me knows that Gordon Ramsay is my idol / mentor. There is no one that I respect, admire, am inspired by more than Gordon Ramsay. And my answer is three-pronged.
Oh, wow.
Number one, his professionalism is just by far the most unmatched. He's built a name for himself as a chef that goes into restaurants and tells you you're an idiot owner or chef, and you just dramatically change.
He does well. He does well.
He tells you you're stupid, and your life gets incredibly better afterwards. Two, he's just a phenomenal chef. I love cooking. That's a hobby of mine, and I've done his little beef bourguignon. It's a fresh French recipe. Might have to make that for the house sometime. And then thirdly, he's just overall a business G, man. He has his own Ramsey Studios. He has his own shows. He has 3 shows: Kitchen Nightmares, 24 Hours to Hell and Back. He's an incredible leader. If you've ever seen him in a kitchen, Hell's Kitchen. Oh my gosh, what is there not to love about Gordon Ramsay?
All right, you need to calm down.
Sorry.
Right. No, he is a great chef from what I've seen on the videos. I used to watch him on Facebook a lot, just when he gets mad at people, and I just love that. I love
It's
that.
the best thing.
I love when he does it, especially those that have like terrible restaurants, and he fixes it.
And he just takes 2 pieces of bread, puts it around the owner's head, says, "You're an idiot sandwich." It's the best thing in the world.
But I love how nice he is to the kids. Whenever the kids are cooking, and he's like super nice.
He'll be like cooking with his kids, and he was just yelling and cursing at some like adult. But when he's with his kids, he's just the friendliest, best dad ever.
I love him. He's great. I feel like you do pretty well at cooking. You sometimes make us breakfast and
sometimes,
and it goes well. I have no complaints. I love breakfast too. I love eggs and bacon.
It's the best.
It's the best. You need to have breakfast in the morning. Helps.
If you're not having breakfast, you actually need to be doing that.
It's the most important meal of the day.
We're not trained professionals or doctors by any means or shape or form, but you need to be having breakfast.
I usually use WebMD, and I found that breakfast is most important. So
search breakfast in a WebMD.
To each their own. They do not sponsor us, by the way.
No, they don't.
Cool. Goals for the next 10 years.
Man, this is a big one. Goals for the next 10 years. Far out. Well, goals for the next 10 years, I can't tell you specifics, but I definitely want to be, at some level, completely start my own business. I definitely, whatever that would be in, I mean, I'm definitely interested in real estate right now. I'm interested in marketing and I guess like content creation at scale. I'm also very interested in, I do love recruiting. Who knows? Could start a staffing agency. I don't know. A business of some sort is something that is my personal goal. Obviously, and definitely would like to be, from a financial standpoint, very secure so I could do things to, I guess, advance certain causes, like, say, for instance, church, and help communities out. Personally, though, definitely want to have an incredibly healthy family with, my significant other. Shout out to Danny.
Little niños.
Little niños / I don't know what the Asian word is for kids, but
I don't know either.
But
I don't want to say anything
insert
that's too
that
far,
there.
but yeah.
And then definitely want to have own my own house in 10 years. And also be involved in real estate. So those are a couple of my. I think it's one of those things where you can't really. I can't tell you what I exactly want to be or have in 10 years. I can tell you what I want to look like. What I want life to look like.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I want life to look like.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's great. I think it's having your own business would be amazing. To be able to be your own boss, man.
Oh man,
I think we all look forward to be able to do that someday.
Working from home has definitely made me want to do that even more.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Cool. That's amazing. Well, that's the end of this segment. Talk to you soon. As some of y'all might not know, Brandon Baca is one of my housemates here. So we have lived together for probably almost 2 years now. I think.
It's around that.
It's been cool. I've got to know Brandon a lot better. He's been a great man. Like he's one of my good friends here, definitely in the Bay. But one thing I have noticed and I do admire about him is that he loves rap. I like rap to a sense, or to a point, I guess. But for me, I'm more about the music and like the way it sounds. And so I'm terrible at remembering lyrics. But I feel like Brandon is very good at lyrics and understands the lyrics and all that. So for me, if the sound is great, I'm down. Let's do it. But other than that, that's something I have for rap. But I want to ask you a few questions about that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Top 5 rappers.
Top 5 rappers of all time. Okay, for me, it's going to be 110%. I'm sorry. If you're not with me, you're against me. Kendrick Lamar, #1. One of the best rappers of all time. Certified, bona fide GOAT. If you don't know what that means, that's greatest of all time. Yeah, he would definitely be the GOAT, in my opinion. Coming to close second is definitely going to be J. Cole for me.
Okay.
Primarily, those two are at the top, not only because the ratio in rap these days specifically between, if you're going to polarize lyricism and overall, artistry around music and instrumentation. The ratio is either they're going to be really crap lyrics and great beats, or they're going to be great lyrics and really horrible beats.
Right. True.
But they really hit the sweet spot in the middle to doing incredible on both ends. Thirdly, for me, Kanye West.
Okay.
After Christ conversion. No, I'm just kidding. The entire. Just kidding.
What are your thoughts on his latest album? Were you a fan of it?
Sunday Service?
Really? Yeah.
Is incredible. I think it do. It's not his.
Okay,
I don't think it's his best body of work.
Take away us being Christians.
Yeah,
for a
100%.
second, and now just in regards to rap and music and production, what do you think?
From a production standpoint, it is unparalleled because he has anyone that's a Kanye West follower. Don't at me, or at me, Brandon Baca 45 on Insta. Sorry to put my own plug.
Definitely shout out.
But he is just incredible. I think at producing, and he has genres in all of his different bodies of work. And this was definitely, I know Life of Pablo should have been a gospel album, so to speak, but this is really truly his gospel album out of his whole discography. Yeah. So, yeah, I think take away labels of Christianity and religion.
Though. I love that.
It's fire.
I love that album.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible.
It's such a good album.
So Kendrick, J. Cole, it's gonna be, and
Kanye.
I wasn't flipping you off, people that are watching, Kanye. My last two are probably gonna be recently. I've really come to love him. I really do like Pop Smoke. He's up there. May he rest in peace. He did just die this last year. And fifth, probably when it comes to what I really, really enjoy is I love grime, which is the UK version of, or it's just UK rap.
Top of the morning to you. That was terrible. That was a terrible accent. I don't know what that was. Forgive me.
Oh gosh, that was amazing. That's gonna become a meme. For me, I love grime, and so Stormzy is definitely up in my top 5.
Yeah, before I came out here, I didn't really listen much to grime, but you and Tommy, one of our other friends, definitely enjoy grime. So I really have gone more into grime as well. They have really cool beats as well. I like them too. But more about Pop Smoke. We know that he recently did pass away.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to ask you a question. Did you listen to him more whenever he was around, or not so much, or until he was gone?
Nah, no way. And I think we talked a bit about this offline, which I think this is a huge conversation in the not only I would say the hip hop community, but more so even just the music community. Is do we appreciate people after they've died more?
Right.
And the answer for me when it comes to Pop Smoke is honestly, I really didn't hear Pop Smoke making moves in the hip hop industry, and I'm pretty tuned in. I'm very tuned into all of Double XL Freshmen's, which is kind of like the up and coming rappers from the previous year, and so on and so forth. I'm always digging for new music, and hadn't really even listened to him. And then come after his death, just all the hype from every media platform. Started to listen to him and fell in love. I didn't.
So it's kind of like that thing. We never realize how good we had it until it's gone, or how good things are until it's gone.
Oh, 100%. And I don't think Pop Smoke is the only example. 100%. Hip hop. There's Juice WRLD.
Even from lately, just in life, we got Kobe Bryant.
Oh God, yeah. I didn't know there were that many Lakers fans in the world until.
I know. It's crazy.
And of course, he's an icon. It's not just that he's tied to the Lakers, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
But absolutely, man. I think about it with I think the biggest one last year was Triple X
and Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah. There was so much hype around them because
100%.
They had died, and they were in the limelight. Don't get me wrong, but they were even more so after they passed. Yeah. And you didn't even know that people that. A coworker in my office that I never even knew listened to rap. Right. It was bumping them because it just that's I think what we do as society.
I have noticed that people that were always following them, listening to them before they were ever gone, sometimes they do tend to get a bit angry because now people are listening to them. I've noticed that as well. But I feel like that's not a good reason to be angry about, because I think, man, if anything, now that they're gone, yes, please listen to them because they're great lyricists, they're great musicians, they're great everything, and so why not listen to them more while they're gone, because they're great.
Oh, 100%. I think if anything, I don't think it's a negative thing. I think if you're just being a keyboard warrior and a troll and telling people they can't listen to people after they've passed, I think if anything, let's not condemn people for that. I think at the end of the day, we just need to we need to allocate honor where honor is due in real time. I think it points out an issue in the industry that there are a certain handful of artists that monopolize the fame.
True.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in your life that maybe you appreciated them once they were gone, or like you weren't able to appreciate them more, or you weren't able to appreciate them until they were actually gone?
Yeah, 100%. And I think for me, anyone listening to this, you probably are reflecting and names are coming to your mind. And for me, I'm fortunate enough to say that I haven't, seen many people that I've really idolized and loved, pass. But the first person that comes to mind is definitely my grandfather. 110%. I wish I could have honored him more while he was alive. I feel like, honestly, I talk more about stories and appreciate memories with my family about him just naturally, because it's part of human nature now that he's dead, more than I did when he was alive, for sure. Right.
That's real, man. That's definitely real. What about now in your life? Do you feel like there's anybody in your life that you could probably appreciate more before they are gone?
Man, I mean, I'm not trying to get super sentimental right now, but
do it, bro.
For sure, Joe. You. This house. I think about people. Think about my incredible, beautiful girlfriend. I think, if anything, these kinds of conversations, and this one specifically is, yes, it starts off talking about music and our, these rappers, ahead of their time, and so to speak. And yes, all that is accurate, but I think more so it does really point out and make you really reflect on, man, who are the people in my life right now that I really, really love and want to show that unconditional love to right there 100%. While they're alive.
I think if you're listening right now, you're probably thinking of some people in your life. Give them a call, give them a text.
100%.
Appreciate them, because I know for me, I try to do that with a lot of people in my life, just letting them know that, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, hope you're well. Haven't talked to you in a long time, but love you.
100%. I think, honestly, while we're on this conversation, the first thing that comes to mind to me is I'm going to, as soon as we're done recording this, I'm going to go to my phone, create a reminder that says, take some time to encourage and be grateful for someone, and send it to them. Send a message, a video, something.
All right, enough of that. We're good for being too sentimental.
There's never too much.
All right, next section. Rapid fire questions. You ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. If you could order any type of food right now, what would it be?
Far out. It would be a chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell and Nacho Bel Grandes with a cheesy gordita crunch. What the?
Taco Bell does not sponsor us, but if they did, that would be absolutely amazing. Because I would be getting a gordita crunch with.
Is that your 5-year plan?
Definitely. If they could sponsor me, that would definitely be a 5-year plan for sure. If you could be any animal, what would it be?
A liger.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lion and tiger.
Shout out to
Don't at me, Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
You cool cat and kittens.
Yeah. Wow. If you haven't seen that, it's pretty crazy. Are you a morning or a night person?
You think I'm a morning person.
I definitely do think that, and I'm telling you why. Because I wake up in the morning and I start to work. Now that we're working from home, I work, on my computer here in the kitchen, and this guy wants to have like a freaking conversation every time we wake up. I'm just like, bro, I don't want to talk to anybody until I've had my coffee, until I've, used the restroom, until I've done everything, like 2 hours, and then we can talk. But this guy's like, man, how's life? What's going on in life? I'm like, bro, come on, man.
You done?
Right, I'm done. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, you went on that rant. I'm not a morning person. I would say I am. Well, actually, maybe. You know what? I think right now I'm coming to the terms with maybe I am a morning person. I just realized I fall asleep so early.
Yeah, I've been falling asleep early too, but I'm a
morning person. I'm okay with that. I came to the realization.
What is one thing that annoys you the most?
Man, that's actually really hard. I really do have a high tolerance when it comes to patience. I'm not easily angered.
I need that so much because I get annoyed so easy.
I think the number one thing that annoys me the most that's so hard. Instantly my head goes to driving, and I hate it when people don't wave when you actually let them go. Like if you didn't have to let them get in front of you, but you did, and they don't wave, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
That's actually really, really interesting because I didn't actually see that until I moved to Australia, because we lived in Australia for a few years. But of course, I grew up in Texas where there was no traffic, so we didn't really have to let anybody in. But once I've got to a place where there was traffic, I noticed a lot of people would just wave their hand up in the air right in front of their their rearview mirror, and you can be like, "Oh, thanks, all right." Oh,
I don't know if that was an Australian thing though.
I don't think it's an Australian thing, but I think for me, that's where I first noticed it because that's where I first
Apparently,
encountered
people in Plainview
traffic.
are rude.
Yeah, no, because we don't have anybody. We don't have any traffic.
That's true. That's true.
But I'll tell you what, in Plainview in Texas, when we're driving, we always put the finger up when we're on the wheel, just saying hi.
Oh, fair.
So we are pretty.
That's nice.
You know, if you can trade lives with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Do they have to be alive or are they dead?
Alive.
Anyone? Man, it have to be. It has to be Gordon Ramsay.
Let's go. I knew you were gonna say
It would have to be.
We all knew that. Last one. What is your favorite joke?
My favorite joke. My favorite joke. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite joke that comes to mind. I think. What do you call a body with no mouth or no nose?
What's that?
Nobody knows.
All right. On that note, we're done with that. Cool. Last segment of the day.
Come on.
The segment that we're always gonna
Have fun.
Something that we're always gonna have or always gonna be doing. So always stay till the very end. It's gonna be called the burning question, and this is the last question I'm gonna ask anybody that I do interview. And it's gonna be a really cool question to help us in our lives to be better and to live extraordinary in our lives. So for those people listening, this is to you, Baca.
Yep.
You have the answer to live an extraordinary life. What is the answer?
What is the answer to living an extraordinary life? Man, I think it's something really simple. I think it's for me so far. I think what I've found, and I am we in no way, shape, or form are living these like crazy, luxurious lives. But I think for me, where I found the most, not even satisfaction isn't the right word, but the most.
I would say not. What's the word? Not complacency, but
success.
I don't know.
Where I found the most, I guess, momentum, and where I found the most joy in living my life this way is, number one, like whatever you have in your hand, however insignificant it may be, you treat it like absolute gold. You don't think about it as being less than somebody else has, or honestly, even when it comes to things and projects that you have, that you put the same 150% amount of energy that you would into the best opportunity that you will ever be given in your life to that small thing. And also just trusting yourself, because if you believe what you're saying and what you're speaking and what you're pursuing, and other people will too. Like if you speak with conviction, other people will be convicted by the words you speak, and they'll you know what I mean? Like if you trust yourself, and that's a lot easier said than done. You trust yourself to do something and just do it and go for it and believe in yourself. Others will too.
Yeah, I love what you said about what's in your hands.
It's actually a tattoo right there.
What does it say?
It's what is that in your hand?
It's fire.
Yeah.
There's a book I read a while back called Anonymous. It's a Christian book, but this definitely spoke to me, and it can be used like just in general in life, even if you're not a Christian. But the author was saying that so many times we treat life as a Mexican restaurant, and don't get me wrong, I love Mexican food.
Same.
It's so fire. I want a enchilada right now with like chips and hot sauce, and I just want everything. Anyways, but she was saying that so many times, we get the chips and the hot sauce, and then for the appetizer, and then we're waiting for the main course, which is whatever you want, like fajitas, or for those that are Spanish, fajitas, stuff like that.
Way.
But we're waiting for that.
Yeah.
And that's how we treat life sometimes. Like, right now we're just doing our appetizer, but I want to wait for like the main course.
Right,
but
of course.
In reality, she was like, hey, go to this Japanese restaurant. So she's saying she went to the Japanese restaurant, 12-course meal. Each each course was made specifically like with detail and everything by the chef.
Yeah.
And then she was like, she ate it and she was just so like, wow, this is amazing, it's so good. And then she was eating it, and then all of a sudden they took it away and they brought the next course out. It was like, wow, if we just worry about what's in front of us and take care of it and like look at it and like do our best with that, the next course is going to come and it's going to be amazing. And it's like, it might not be what we're looking for, but it's going to be something really good and something better. And so I was just like, man, that's amazing and a great way to look at life. His phone alarm just went off.
Absolutely.
Very professional. Anyways, that's what I have to say about that.
No, 110%. And I honestly cannot like stress that out more. Like what you're saying is, if you treat everything like with the amount of potential as the end result that you envision, it's gonna get there.
It's amazing. Well, there you have it. Episode 1. Do what's great into your hands. You never know what you have until it's gone. So be sure and call those people. Call them up. See what's going on.
110%.
Tell them you love them. And have a great day. And see you next week. Thanks, guys. This is my show and I like to talk. Loving the sound of my voice. So grab a cup of Joe and I'll let you know. Hope you enjoy the show.